15-Minute Mondays, your kickstart to week high-energy 15-minute episode on the Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Daniel Greg Johnson. Let's get right into it. Hello everybody, welcome back on the Success Blueprint. It is 15-Minute Monday time. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and we're doing our quick injection for the week. Thank you for coming around and listening again. You see the last ones have been around business because I always get some requests. Can you put a couple about business on again? And I mix it up because it's about the Success Blueprint. It's about life and business. So here it goes, another business episode. And I'm going to make an outrageous claim to start your week by saying your best strategic edge is already in your head and you've been trained to ignore it. If you want bolder, faster, more accurate decisions, stop treating intuition like guesswork. Treat it like a skill. Today, I'll show you how to build it, test it, and use it without going off the rails. And by the end, you'll have a small, sharp toolkit to make choices with more conviction and fewer regrets. Let me highlight the problem here. We build workplaces where only what fits in spreadsheets is real. Anything felt but not graphed gets dismissed. And what's the result here? Well, you over-index on analysis and still hesitate. You drown in data while the window for action closes, and you sense something's off in a hiring choice, a deal, a product direction, but you can't prove it, so you stall. Here's the real cost of this. Opportunities don't wait for perfect certainty. If you can't read weak signals, subtle shifts in people, customers, markets, you'll be late even when you're right. And that's the real cost here. What do you pay? What's the currency that you're bleeding when you are acting this way? Ignoring intuition leads to 3 predictable failures. Number 1, overfitting to numbers. You optimize yesterday's pattern and miss the inflection that isn't in last quarter's report. Number 2, political safety. You hide behind we need more data because no one gets fired for waiting, only for deciding. And number 3, talent misreads. The resume sparkles, the vibe is wrong, you hire anyway. 6 months later, you're managing fallout you felt on day 1. That's intuition. What's the flip side? Blind faith in gut is just as dangerous. So we want to highlight that here. Untrained intuition is often biased with swagger. The goal isn't feeling over facts. It's feeling plus evidence and the discipline to test both and make decisions. So let's bang out our 5-step framework today with clear action steps that you can take. Step number 1, signal hygiene. Clean up what your gut is reading. Intuition runs on inputs you barely notice. Tone, timing, micro reactions, context. If your environment is noisy, your instincts misfire. What actions can you take here? Quiet the channel. For crucial calls, do a 60-second reset. Eyes closed, 5 slow breaths. You're not meditating, you're lowering static. No phone while listening. Physical distance from devices improves micro cue detection. Use that as a strategy. And single thread, the conversation. One speaker at a time. You're training your brain to pick up thin slices. Pace shifts, hedges, sort of kinda delayed answers. What's the telltale cue library here? Sudden truth clear before numbers, glance down before yes or no, overselling small wins, enthusiasm mismatch to risk. Step number 2, base rate anchor. Start with what's typical before trusting the spark. Great intuition isn't a wild leap. It's a fast comparison against the mental library of patterns. What actions can you take here? Write the base case. Deals like this close 30 to 45 days at 12 to 15% margin. Now your guts. This feels off. Has a reference. Name the dissonance. We're at day 60 with shifting decision makers. Now it's pattern break, not a vibe. Ask the counter question. What evidence would convince a smart skeptic I'm wrong? If you can't answer, you're freelancing. As simple as that. Step number 3, decision journal and calibration loop. Unliberated intuition feels powerful and stays wrong. Calibrated intuition gets better each cycle. What actions do you take? Lock the moment of feel. Write the decision, your intuitive read, 1 to 5 confidence, and why. Set a review date now, 30, 60, 90-day checks. Did the outcome match the feeling? And then calibrate. If you were confidently wrong, name the bias. halo effect, for instance, or sunk cost, authority glow, anything that falls into the bias section as data and pattern recognition. If you were right, extract the cue you caught so you can teach it to yourself and your team. Step number 4, red team your gut. Invite the sharpest counter-argument. Ego makes bad intuition stick. Force friction. What actions can you take here? 2-chair rule. After stating your intuitive position, switch sides and argue the strongest case against it for 90 seconds. Do it out loud. Appoint a designated dissenter. Before big calls, ask one person to shoot holes. No politeness. Ruthless. Next one, pre-mortem. It's 6 months from now and this failed. How? If the failure path matches your private fear, pay attention. And step number 5, 2-clock protocol. Fast feel, slow commitment. Use speed for sensing, care for committing. Actions that you can take here. Clock A. Sense fast. Take an immediate reading. Go, no-go leaning. Written in 1 sentence. Clock B. Decide clean. Add a small data check. 2 base rates, 1 external signal. Run a 10-minute pre-mortem and then commit. And the decision boundary. If the call is reversible and cheap, bias to action. If it's costly, irreversible, demand 1 additional independent signal before you move. The result? You act with courage and guardrails. This is a powerful framework. If you don't understand it, dig deep. Ask me questions. Send me messages. This is a powerful framework that you can use for business, as a leader, as executive, as entrepreneur. It doesn't matter. You can even transmute this into your life. So if you have questions about it, please reach out. It is very sophisticated and you might need some help to interpret it. I'm here for you. What's the deeper meaning here? Well, intuition is not magic. It's compressed experience. Thousands of micro-observations your brain organizes beneath awareness. When you train it, you regain something modern work eroded. Confidence without bravado. This matters because leadership lives in fog. The map analysis is never the terrain or the reality. Intuition properly trained is your way to feel the terrain while others argue about the map. Not as a replacement for thinking, but as a second channel of truth. And then the devil's advocate here. Isn't this a license to justify whatever I want? Only if you skip calibration, counter arguments, and base rates. Use the framework and your intuition becomes falsifiable. That's the difference between a hunch and a tool. I recently dealt with a founder in coaching that sensed a feature was clever but cold. Decision Journal noted low user excitement in interviews despite strong survey scores. Quick A/B with a story-first variant confirmed the view, and engagement lifted 18% in 2 weeks. Another example in the area of negotiation. A sales lead logged a gut read that the buyer's budget freeze was a stall tactic. A base rate check showed real freezes usually kill meetings. This prospect kept requesting detail. And counter-argument explored risk. Move was a limited pilot and closed in 21 days. And another example from the area of cautionary tales. An exec ignored an early vibe about a senior hire. Overconfident answers, subtle blame shifting, and 6 months later, politics, attrition, cleanup. The Decision Journal would have forced a pre-mortem and most likely a different choice. Let me give you some advanced strategies on a high level. Thin slice drills. Watch 90-second clips of pitches, interviews with sound off. Then on. Write 3 cues you saw, heard, and predict the outcome. Review actual outcomes weekly to train cue accuracy. The noise audit. Identify where your gut gets distorted. Fatigue, stakeholder pressure, personal bias toward charisma or credentials. Add a noise flag in your decision journal when any of these are present. Contrarian triggers, very big one. Keep a short list, over-explaining, urgency without specifics. Enthusiasm with no risk acknowledgement. Delayed eye contact on money questions. Any 2 triggers? Slow the decision and run the 2-clock protocol. That's it. That was it. Powerful, quick one. I hope that you were able to follow. We took it a notch up on a bit of a higher leadership executive level. And if you have questions about this, how to apply this in your business, in your entrepreneurship, or in daily life, please reach out and we can have a powerful conversation about it. This framework is really powerful. If you follow it, make some notes, listen to it again in a quiet second, and it will definitely help you. Okay, and now my weekly challenge for you for immediate implementation. Build your intuition kit in 7 days. Number 1, create a decision journal. Notes, app, anything is fine. Number 2, run 1 2-clock protocol on a real choice this week. Number 3, do 2 thin slice drills, 3 minutes each. Number 4, log 1 base rate for a repeated decision you face. And number 5, pre-mortem 1 initiative in 10 minutes with your team. By Sunday, review where was your gut right, where was it noise, and what cue will you watch for the next time. If this resonated with you, if this reframed intuition for you, share it with a teammate who defaulted to more data last week. Subscribe, leave a review, and tell me which step you're implementing first. And if you have questions, reach out. I also want to say big thank you again to Doc Marty Mushrooms. Clear intuition needs a calm, high-functioning brain. That's why I partner with Doc Marty Mushrooms. Marty's obsession with people and health shows up in blends that support focus, stress resilience, and clean energy. Exactly what you need to read subtle cues without mental noise. Head over to docmarty.com and with your code DAN20, DAN20, you get an exclusive to the Success Blueprint 25% discount on your first purchase, and I can guarantee you it's worth it. I'm going to leave you for the week with one thought. Trusting your gut isn't bravado, it's trained perception. Give it clean signals, anchor it to base rates, force it through friction, then decide. While others keep waiting for certainty, you'll already be moving. This framework is a powerful one. Use it, train it, do it, and I can tell you, you will see how things will shift with you and within your teams or the people that you work with. I hope you have a fantastic week, tribe. This was Daniel Craig Johnson, your host on the Success Blueprint. I see you next week, Monday, and here's my promise, I'll be back. Take care.